I've got a question for you. How do you let it all out? Nate, what do you mean, how do I let it all out? Like, how do I let all the cats out or the dogs, you mean? No. How do you let all of your emotions out? Okay? In this video, I'm going to talk about how people tend to let their emotions out in the not most positive way and how you should really let them out if they build up, because we're all human beings, unless it's like, the year 4000 and some other creature is watching this, or who knows, maybe a cat's watching this. But I really want to discuss today the importance of how it's extremely important to let it out the right way. So we tend to let emotions get the best of us. We let emotions just build and build and build. And with them constantly building, again, we're human. So we bust, okay? We bust. And I busted, sometimes it rarely happens. I sometimes let it out through irritation. Some people, it's like a warhead. You know them warheads, those sour warheads that have the emblem and it's like, boom, that person, right? People bust. I've seen people in my own family, they busted. And it's not good to do that because it causes so much toxicity. When I look at somebody that just like busts and they literally just go on a rampage of yelling at somebody, or, abuse comes into it, physical abuse, verbal abuse, that leaves scars. It really does. And that's not healthy. That's very toxic. So, maybe you're in something right now where you're living through, you're like, Nate, I go through this all the time. I don't know how to get out of it. I don't know. I feel like I should always stay in this thing. And it's like, a question I need to ask you is, why do you want to stay in it? Well, Nate, I'm married and I don't believe in divorce. I'm like, okay, I understand that. But at the end of the day, you need to understand, like, do you really want to live the rest of your life like that? Like, yeah, it might say like you commit sin by divorcing, but it's like, are you happy? Who says that you have to stay tied to that? Why would you want to stay tied to something like that and be miserable for the rest of your life? Woman up. Man up. What are you waiting on? Come on. Seriously, I see this way too often, and it irritates me because I'm just like, yo, why are y'all still in this if you ain't even about it? Just because you feel as if it's a role? All right? I do church every Sunday. I read the Bible and everything like that. I'm all about the principles. But man, at the end of the day, like, if you really ain't meant to be in something and your intuition's telling you to get out, like, listen to your intuition. For real. I know I'm kind of swaying a little bit, but, Nate, how do you let it out in a good way? Maybe you just got back from work and, you yelled at somebody, you yelled at an employee, or you yelled at a colleague of yours because they just frustrated you. And you're like, gosh, I know I should have done that. And you regret it. And then the next day you go back and apologize, but things just aren't right. Well, I'm going to tell you a couple ways on how you can really let it out where it's healthy. My first question is, do you work out? No? Fix it. Literally fix that. Working out can release so much stress and anxiety that you have. But Nate, working out's hard. I know it's hard. Do you think getting in shape's easy? Do you think being your own boss is easy? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the more you level up, the harder it gets. And when I say harder, I mean the more people that want to take your money, the more people that want to jab at you. That's why there's so many average people out there in today's world, right? People mean well, but when I say average, it's like they're cool with staying at where they're at, even though they want to do bigger and better things. But they're cool with staying at where they're at. And they settle because they don't want to get uncomfortable, right? They don't want other people to So I'm saying, like, yo, hit the gym. I made a video like a few days back about how important working out is. Hit the gym, right? Maybe you're frustrated and you got so much stress building on you. Man, go into your room and hit a pillow. Literally, take it out on a pillow, man. Let all that anger out. Dance it out. Play your favorite song. I mean, music's one of the most powerful things to our brain. every time we hear it, it releases dopamine, and we're like, yeah, listening to Eminem or some Drake, or listening to some Carly Rae Jepsen. I don't know who you listen to, Madonna, Prince, MJ, right? Whatever it is, dance it out. I do that sometimes if I'm kind of like, if I've been sitting a lot all day and I just get a little like, man, I got to do something. I literally just dance for 10, 20 minutes, right? And I let it out. Another great thing I do personally is I will literally go in the house and do like a speech. Like I'll pace the house and I'll literally just start like talking about some topic or speech as if I'm talking in front of an audience. Literally. Now, I've been doing that for years. I've been doing that since I was like in school. So it's very, very valuable because whenever you do step up to the plate, guess what? You're going to be prepared. You're going to be ready, and that's part of staying ready as well. You don't need to go to drugs. You don't need to go to alcohol to sober up, to drink away. You don't need to do that. Too many people do that because it's easy. It's a quick fix, right? You don't need to go to porn, right? You feel like you can't get somebody, like, yo, work out, get more confident. Like, I kid you not, if you work out, watch the confidence that spreads. And it's the little things that count. You don't see results in a month, big freaking whoop. Stay consistent, quit being a baby. Like, for real. What you expecting? You expecting this life is just so quick fix, like, oh, I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna just get, ripped instantly. Like, nah, bro, you gotta work out for a while, man. You gotta be consistent. You expect to work out and then at the other end of the spectrum, you're eating terrible, like junk, little Debbie cakes, you're eating brownies, cookies, sweets. Why are you complaining? But Nate, I got a gym membership. Well, cool. What are you eating? Why are you still eating like garbage? You're literally a human dumpster. Literally, there's so many human dumpsters in this world. Meditation, that's another great way. We all need headspace. We all need to just kind of just me doing that is like a big sigh of relief. Literally, I kid you not. Breath work, that's another thing. My good friend, he's also a mentor, certified health nut, Troy Casey. He does breath work all the time. He does like breaths of fire. And it's like, literally, you can do this exercise with me. I mean, he has a course about it too. It's great. But you literally do this like 20 to 25 times and then you just hold it in, okay? Watch, don't laugh, all right? You can watch me or you can do it with me at the same time. You can watch me do it after, whatever you want. You don't got to do it. I'm just showing you because I want to help you, right? So here we go. So what you're doing is you're breathing in your nose and out real quick. And then you're going to hold it in. I could hold it in longer, but I don't want you to be here all day watching this, but again, that's just something I've learned. Great book to cop, Ripped at 50 by Troy Casey, certified health nut. I've learned a lot of this stuff from him. That's another great way of letting go. Just by doing that, I feel clear. You're actually getting your breaths in. You feel the oxygen, right? We're stagnant too much. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just like we barely even breathe. Breathe. Like, you literally have 2 lungs. Breathe with them. All right? So meditation's a great way. Reading books is another great way. Listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts, talking to your friend, all right? But make sure don't just be like, hey, how you doing? Every single day, like, where it's not constructive conversations. Make sure the conversations that you have, they mean something, okay? If you're just talking about like video games all day and you're not making money from it, then what's the point, all right? You can do that maybe once every week or once every month. Holy. But yeah, those are just some ways that go play a sport, right? Go do gymnastics, go swim, go into a sauna, go into a cryotherapy session, do some yoga, right? These are things that'll literally relieve stress and won't cause you to blow up. All right, so I hope you gained value from this video. You know what to do. Go try some of these things. Do what works best for you. Build a puzzle, play a board game. But guys, before I end this, try to stay off your phone when it comes to like relieving stress, because the phone naturally doesn't help with stress. Stay off social media. Not completely, but put a time limit on yourself, because that just builds and builds and builds, literally. And most importantly, get your sleep. Get your sleep. And I'll make a whole nother video on how that's so important. I'd say out of all of this, getting your sleep is probably the most important. It's that valuable. All right, I'll see you on the next video.